Hi Jonathan, thank you for coming to Caplo to talk to us today. The team have Ross County here tomorrow night. Can I just get your thoughts on the game, please?
Well, I think it's a fantastic game for the players to play on a Friday night in the floodlights against the league leaders. So it should be all inspiration and motivation and everything else they need to put in on a good performance. Obviously, it's going to be a difficult task. They're up there for a reason, and we have to respect that. But working and building on the last week's result, I think we look very positively towards the game.
So is the anticipation high then for the fixture with the TV cameras here? And
I think it's a great thing. I like Friday night football both as a viewer and as a player. It came in later than me, but I enjoy it. I think I always like to play in the floodlights. I think it's a special kind of atmosphere. I think the fans like it as well to come to night games. So I look forward to it. I think it's going to be a good occasion. I think it's the future as well in this league. I think it's going to be more and more Friday games. And as I said, as a manager, it's great because I can go on Saturday to watch opponents, which I usually can't do. So,
do you think as a player, did you enjoy playing in front of the television cameras as well?
of course, that's why you could become a footballer to perform at the high stage and to perform in the front of the cameras. You want people to be able to see you and see what you can do, and it always was an inspiration for me when I was live on telly.
Have you seen that from the players at all in training in the build up to the game?
But really, we've been working hard over this Christmas and New Year period, and we haven't changed anything differently, but I think when they come to the ground and they see the cameras and the floodlights, I think it just gives it a little bit extra, I think.
And not to mention the fact it's the league leaders, Ross County.
Yeah, I think that should be the biggest inspiration, and I feel. I think it's about 3 months ago we played them away from home and we got a beating. So to prove that we are a much better team than we were that day, and also to show Ross County that they're not going to have as an easy game here that they did last time, and I think we'll be ready for them in a totally different way this time.
Has that been a motivating factor for the squad then, do you think?
Not really, but we've analysed them. They've changed a little bit since then, of course. But when we did our analysis session, I put on a few clips from that game and I think embarrassed a few players in a good way. I think so. It's something that it should be in the back of the players' mind.
The last game was a 2-1 win against Partick Thistle. It was a great way to end 2018.
Mm-hmm.
What is your analysis, reflections on the half of the year you've been here at the club, Jonathan?
I think we're in a healthy position in the league. It's where we want to be in the league position-wise, and I think there's been before the Partick game we spoke about it. We were in a run of not winning games, and there's something we had to change, and fortunately we did that. I think some of the performances has been quite good. I think we lacked a little bit of that kind of quality in the final third that you need to win these games, and in certain games we had enough chances to get the 3 points and we only managed a draw. So that kind of way we were. I thought we deserved more points than we had been getting, and then at Partick I think it all fell into place a little bit. We were very effective. We didn't have many chances. We took them well, and we defended again as a team really well, and got done by a really good strike from them. But otherwise we looked solid.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions at all?
Not really. Just I said it as well. To keep doing everything we can as a staff and as a players to make this a fantastic year and a fantastic end of season. It's obviously January is a new start in many ways, and obviously the window is open. So it happens a lot in January usually, and I think the fans like that.
You mentioned the window is open. There's been some movement. Ross McLean has returned to Motherwell, first of all.
I want to wish him all the best. I've known Ross since he was 16. I took him in with the 20s at Motherwell when he was a young kid. He's a player a person that I have a lot of time for, and I can understand his reason. It's something that I've been wary about for a while now, probably over a month, that Motherwell was going to call him back, and that he had a longer term contract probably waiting for him, and that's football, and you understand that the players needs to make decisions that are best for them at times, and also clubs. So I don't hold any grudges against him. Wish him well in his career, but maybe not in the end of this season.
Sean Rogers has signed for Albion Rovers on loan for 1 month, and Rory Langan and Lewis Strapp have returned from Annan.
Mm-hmm. We're starting with young Sean. He's a player at the academy. Derek Anderson felt that it would be great for his development to go out on loan a little bit, see how it is, get a taste for real football and real games. And I think it's a good idea for young players to go out on loan. With Rory and Strappy coming back now, they had different times at Annan. Obviously, Lewis Strapp played really well there, and Rory didn't really get a game. So we look in this window, both of those players will look to bring in back into the team, see how they do, and see what's best for their future careers, and we'll make a decision on them within this window.
Speaking of loan players, Scott Tiffoney's loan expires 6th of January. He's available tomorrow night. Is there any movement on Scott potentially staying any longer?
I've always been discussing with Livingston. He's a player I would like to keep, obviously. Sometimes you are at the mercy of the other club and these things, and that's the case here. I'm hoping to have Tiffany for the rest of the season, but it's something we need to work on. I think he will go back maybe for the pre-season trip, or for a short trip with Livingston, and after that we'll make a decision. But hopefully he will be with us, but it's not my decision.
In terms of any other transfer activity, is there anything planned, anything imminent, any wheeling and dealing to come?
There's been lots planned. We've identified I think the positions and the profiles we want to bring in, and now it's about getting the right players lined up and getting them through the line, over the line. I think there's obviously a lot to think about. There's players available that been offered that are good players, but maybe not the profiles that we are looking for. There's been players I've been speaking to that are just not affordable for us, and so it has to be right on all of them. It has to be the right player at the right profile and at the right price. So these things we're working on, and I'm hoping to do some ambitions. I think it's important to freshen up the squad in the January window. I think it's important to get competition in certain areas and get a little bit of competition, more than anything else. So it's something I'm looking to do, but there could be something imminent, but these things could take time.
Do you have a specific number of players you would like to bring in? Is there any positions?
When I came into this club, it was clear that we needed to cut the squad size first to be able to bring anybody in, and we've been doing that for the last few months. There's been players we've been trying to get out on loan, and there's been playing leaving us already. So that was the first thing, and whatever money we can get in, we can obviously put the players, but it's important as well that you don't, for me, that you don't get a player in early on and take most of your budget, and then you have very little to maneuver in the rest of the window. So you have to be careful what you do, and you have to plan it properly. I think the planning is really important, that the players that you may be able to get in, that they are the right ones.
Just one final thing, Jonathan, is team news for tomorrow night. Michael Tidser and Kerr Waddle are back from suspension.
Same squad otherwise, but we have the two players back for suspension, so that gives me a little bit more option, both defensively and in midfield, what to do. So it's good to have them back, and it's good to have a little bit more options, because we were down to the bare bones a little bit in against Partick, but the players that showed up that day, none of them deserved to go out, but we'll have to see.
Excellent, Jonathan. Thank you very much for your time, and good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you very much.